Hello.
Hey Kelly, how's it going today?
Great, man. Thanks for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Congratulations on the new album, Venus, on Deko
Yeah.
Entertainment.
Yeah, that I've got two on Deco now. It's great.
Right, right.
Constellation
Uh-huh.
and now Venus. And really, really very happy with. They are a great company and they really do a lot for artists and especially people like me who've worked a long time and really don't have a lot of exposure, but it's great. I really,
Right,
really happy. And
definitely.
I love the record too. And I just sent you the link for the new Get Out video.
Right, yeah.
So we had the Get Out video, and it was focused for everyone get out and vote, and now it's focused for Get Out for Your Freedom. So
Yeah,
take a
yeah,
and they
definitely.
put me in it. We found a way to green screen me into the video, so it'll be interesting to see.
Cool, cool. So your first album was Constellation?
Yep, Constellation, produced by Valgaray, and yeah, really great record. I like that one. And they made a Deco and I put together some really cool videos for it too, and got really good response for that too. Yeah, it really, they've got a great creative team over there. Including Johannes, of course, the artist, the album artist, and Charlie, and everyone, Bruce, who runs the place, and everyone. They're just really. It's rare that such a company um, exists. Nowadays, especially in the world of everyone thinks it's all about streaming. They make records and they make videos and they make real stuff,
Uh-huh.
merchandise that people can hang on to. And
Cool.
I'm very happy. Yeah. Anyways, they're both great records. They run now that I'm really happy because they're both on Spotify, and you could just run them.
Right,
I sit there and listen to my own mix. Because Spotify just mixes it all up, and
right.
they sound great together. It's really, it's. I've always been focused in kind of one area. I think it's because I grew up in Northern California in the '60s, not too far from Bay Area, and so just kind of all that influenced me. All of my life, the ideas and ideals, virtues, and lifestyle. And when I came to LA to record, I got a demo from that I got to do for Robert Stigwood at United Western Studios, which that's Frank Sinatra. That's one of the biggest ones in LA, or
Right.
used to. And I came out of that and bumped into a bunch of like the Laurel Canyon Gang. I didn't know this existed then, and so and they kind of really dug what I was doing and kind of promoted me to say, "Hey, stay with us, stick with it. You're doing great work, and we love what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're trying to say here." And so I kept that going, thanks to encouragement. One of the gentlemen was from a musician from the Buffalo Springfield band, and so I took it. I was like, okay, I'll trust that. But also a lot of other great people involved, including Val Garay. Although I didn't know him, then he was in that mix of people. So yeah, how interesting that later on I would go ahead and do a record with him, and came out great. And also, we're still talking about it. So he's a good people. All the people are great. It seems to me that you know, the political things are always spinning and changing. And so when I've always kind of kept my eye on that ball,
Right.
and so with Venus, I was really hoping to get it out as quick as I did because of that. I could feel the change in the air, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna try to get a little bit ahead of this. And sure enough, I don't know if you've heard the record Venus. I think it's a great record, very current and very it's about current themes, and also it's a great sounding record. And so check it out again. Very it harkens all the way back to the '60s, and it's got a very happy vibe, but still very honest. And the whole idea is that the mystery of Venus will lead us all. So we're all
Right.
being led by something or another. So that's kind of where I'm at with the whole constellation Venus. It's all about looking looking for the truth and looking for things that will lead you to the next thing, and hopefully that'll be love and happiness. What everyone wants: love and
Right.
happiness, a good time, and rock and roll.
Cool.
And
Cool.
I love rock and roll. I'm so glad that Deco. is a great rock and roll record company. They've have great rock and roll artists, legendary people, and the fact that I'm even standing amongst those people at all, or even sitting, is a great, kind of a strange blessing for me. So I'm very happy about that. But I'm talking a lot. I'll let you talk. Go ahead. Any
No,
questions?
I was just saying, yeah, hear the album this morning. Charlie sent it over to me.
Good. Yeah.
So we're going to go down track by track, and you could tell
Oh,
me a little bit about your feelings about the songs, anything special.
yeah.
Just one question. I noticed Constellation at Deco, they have a bundle package, but they don't have one yet for Venus. Is that coming, or what's going on with that?
They usually do that, and I think that the fact that you just said it will make it happen, and I'll be sure to ask them. What you really should do, what people should do if they're listening, is just buy them both. They
Right,
work so well together. I was very happy. Like I said, when I run it, because I can run it now, you can go online or whatever you want to do. I say buy the record because you get the artwork, you get
right.
to hold it, and especially if you get the vinyl or the vinyl and the CD, the artwork is amazing. I mean, when I'm gone, the artwork for my records are going to be something people are going to look for because Johannes is so brilliant about how he captures whatever people are getting at. He seems to get into it and really digs in and makes it brilliant. But
Cool.
yeah, I would say get them all because they really work well together. And one's more love and fantasy and galactic exploration, and one's more about, hey, take a look around what's going on because it might always be what you want, and good to be aware than to just get buried by the world. So I'm really happy again with both, and I'm so happy to hear them now, out and I used all the same people in the mastering sessions and all that. So I had Valgaray's really great team of people to make things sound really wonderful. And that's in life, when you finally get to the point where you're standing with good people and then you just trust them, you're lucky because it's going to work. It's going to sound the way you want. And the rest is up to you. You go do your job. You keep doing it. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to let you keep going. So I don't want to block
Okay,
anything.
let's
Yeah.
start off with the first track, which you said is
Uh-huh.
the new video or single, Get Out. Tell me a little
Uh-huh.
bit about that song.
Well, like I said, the big basic thing was it's all about take a look at what's going down. That's almost a clip out of a Buffalo Springfield song. So,
Right.
hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Yeah.
So the whole idea was kind of homage for me, to the folks that I met. I'm going to leave their names out because it's not right. To in Buffalo Springfield, in their gang,
Right.
including Valkyrie. I can say that they're all. It's a wonderful group of people who came from Northern California, came to LA in the '60s, and created. They were part of the Laurel Canyon movement. But it's all that love, peace, love, understanding. But also, well, we had a lot of things going on there. We had wars, and we have people protesting about this and that. And so, with this song, "Get Out," it harkens back to that very time. And I thought, this is so strange that this is coming out now, and it looks like that's kind of where things are tippy. I'll just leave it like that. And so I don't know how they're going to tip, or it's not really in my business whether they tip anyway at all.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's just like more of an observer, and that's my observer point of view. Like in the constellation idea, I'm flying around in space, right? Kelly Deko is a space future modern space guy, flying around space and different planets and looking at things, tripping out and going here and going there. And then this record was more like, oh, let's take a look over here at what's going on, and talk about it a little bit without getting too upset one way or the other. Let's just try to take a walk through it. And Venus really does take a walk through love and adventure and politics and the constant change of all that. And there's really no answer to any way that's going to go. The dice are going to be thrown, and they're going to land when they land every time. And you're not going to. We really, it feels like it's better to watch it than say you're going to predict it, because it's with humanity, it's always humanity. It goes where it goes, and then the lesson is learned later. We can write about it when it's over, but during the time about it, you're living it. And so I felt this whole record was lucky to find a time where I could say, here it is, and here's how I look at it. Here's my spaceship flyover. Is basically what Venus is, a spaceship flyover of Earth, of what we're doing, or what at least in America and a lot of other countries. And so with that in mind, started off a very simple song, a very simple, hypnotic little clip. I'm actually playing the guitar on that. And then I just kept building and layering over that to get a really big 60 sound.
Right.
And I think I did it. I think in the end, we get a lot of good response from that. And then with the video, we found out we can't put people in it.
Right.
Right?
Uh-huh.
If you're going to show a crowd of people marching or whatever,
right,
you got to get a written release from everybody.
Right.
So it was great when we thought, let's make a story. Here's our story. And Deko was so responsive when you say, well, what's your story? And I just sent them little clips, and they built the whole thing, and it was beautiful. I thought, this is brilliant. And so it's a clip of me, the flyover. And originally I wanted the word vote to come in to say, hey, don't forget to get out and vote, because that's one of your superpowers.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
Now that that's over, the new superpower is freedom.
Yep.
So now the video has that in it. I don't know if you've seen that one yet. If you have, then it's just recently been put together, and then I'll be in the end playing the lead guitar at the end before they actually release it. I think that's what I hear. But anyways, so that song built like that is built right out of my personal influence from the '60s, and my personal feeling about a simple song with a lot of guts. Just trying to get out there and rock and roll. Say rock and roll, and get out and take a look at what's going on, because it's good to be aware. It's good to be aware.
Cool.
Yeah.
How about the next track, Get Out?
That is the first one.
Get Out. No Reality.
Okay, well, there you go. No Reality. Well, if you look at now, the word no reality is it's no reality, and it's no reality. Know what reality is. So it's those two words in the chorus are saying it's talking about it's a lot of galactical talk, and a lot of things seem simple, but they're complicated.
Right.
A magnet is drawn opposite poles, voice transmits the source control. And so it gets down to, there's a lot more going on. So try to know what the reality is with physics now, and in quantum theory, and all the things that are simple now that were complicated 20 years ago. Quantum mechanics is part of everyday life, and that's why our phones work. So before it was like a big theory, it even freaked Albert Einstein out. But now we're like, oh yeah, we're living in that. So to know reality, maybe there's no reality, but that's okay as long as you know what reality is. There doesn't need to be reality if you know what's going on. So there you go. You got two tie-ins, two songs.
Cool. How about the next track, Venus?
Now, Venus is a song. So as things go down, it's a song of juxtaposing words, fixtures, textures, rise and fall. And it's also about love and redemption and the hope for a brighter future. So Venus, what are we to do? Venus, the mirror is cracked in two. Then I'm asking Venus, and Venus is actually my girlfriend. I'll give you that. It's not her name. I won't put that out there. But anyways, but it's actually the songs I write about love. It's interesting, are about one person that I've known for close to 50 years now.
Right.
So I have a certain point where I can just aim at when I want to feel what real love is, and so I've got that feeling. I can switch right back to so So the roadmap for me is very clear. So in Venus, I'm talking about that. And in the end, it comes back to it says a little bit. It's a wonderful interlude in the end where it goes off in kind of a wonderful guitar uh, fade section where she's coming back to me. I'm saying she's coming back to me, and it's wonderful. And that's right out of this Jefferson Airplane, I think, had a song like that. So it's all tied into my experiences and my reality, and then the truth of just experience and traveling. Like I said, galactic experience, love, uh, exploration, adventure, and it's all tied into that. And that's the story for Venus.
Oh, cool. How about Drift?
Drift. So when I first moved to LA, that's my impression of Los Angeles,
Right.
as clear as I can be. And a wonderful lyrical storytelling kind of way, like you feel like you're back in Mesopotamia or something on another planet. And the words are great, and you're just drifting along, and you don't know what's coming up next. And I love that one. That's a a lot of good piano in that too, and great Steinway record plant. Steinway. Anyways,
Cool, cool. How about Armageddon?
well, there you go. Armageddon. It was originally called Armageddon Dance Party.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
uh, you know, um, yeah, the price of light, the force of darkness. Oh, well, I figured I'm just going to go ahead and go out there and say it's here.
Right,
And then if it's here, what does it look like?
right.
And it looks like the 60s to me. I did my best to go into a Jefferson Airplane kind of a vibe with that one. And then and of course it talks about wine and it's for me it hits a very philosophical and transcendental uh, mm, traveling back through time experience for me.
Right,
And one thing I want to be clear about is all these songs are about me. I'm
right,
not telling someone how to think or look or whatever. But what an artist does is they bring wherever they're coming from, whether they're what they used to say, whether your thing is, your bag is, you
right.
bring
Yeah.
it in to what you're doing, and my bag is all this kind of stuff, and so I brought it in to that, and I thought, well, let's make a rocking little deal out of it with a jingly jangly rock and roll guitar, and there's even a tambourine. So yeah, I did my best to. I was chasing Jefferson Airplane, so how about that?
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah,
How about American Dream?
American Dream, pretty simple, straight ahead, hard rock, great guitar work. And it's basically the idea that I'm always out there. We're always out there. I've been in LA for close to 50 years, but I've been in California all of my life, and I work in the movie business too. I'm an artist for a movie business, and so it's basically the story is American Dream. No one gets a grip on it.
Right, yeah.
You're always getting out there trying to get it, but no one quite gets a grip on the American dream, and that's when it becomes the ugly American dream. So there you go. That's simple.
Cool, cool. How about Where's the Shout?
So a lot of times we'll go through like times of change in America, and you're thinking, oh yeah, that's not going to happen this time.
Right, yeah, yeah.
That's basically what that song's about. It could be when does the shout begin? It's like, okay, this happens. How many times does it have to happen
Right,
before someone's gonna say, hey, wait, that happened? Didn't that seems familiar? Well, yeah. So that
right.
is a real simple, but I like that one because it's just me on the acoustic guitar, and then I kind of bring the band kind of jangly around it. But good musicians. Great. They did great work.
Cool, cool. How about Faker?
Oh, see the faker. Now we got to be careful on that because there are people in history, that's their bag. I mean, was a sucker born every day is what it's called, but P.T. Barnum. So, there's people out there that their lives is to jive people, and
Yeah.
that's nothing new.
No,
But all I'm saying is I kind of talk like, okay, that's been going on a long time. I think I talk about something ancient, something, whatever. Anyways, but the point is, see the faker. you got it's up to you.
Right.
I can't put my eyes in your head.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. 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 How about mystery?
I love that one. So that's the backbone of the mystery will lead us all.
Right.
Mystery is what drives everything. The mystery of what you don't know, the mystery of where you're going to go, the mystery of where you haven't gone, the mystery of of just being alive, and the mystery of Venus.
Right.
So those two songs really are the story of the whole record, and it's got some great, uh, really powerful moments in that song, and some great musician and rock and roll and uh, big choir vocals like Queen in there and stuff like that going on. Yeah, great. I love that one. It's one of my
Cool.
favorites.
Cool. Cool. How about places? Last
Okay,
track.
that's the last song. It's a rock song. Seems like it must be a Deep Purple homage or something. It's got that jump, jump, jump. And the guitar player I worked with was a huge Deep Purple fan. And so, well, let's just try that one. I think it's even in F sharp or something. But take your places, folks. There's a storm
Right.
coming. There's always a storm coming. And yeah, that's it. That's pretty much was the wrap up of the record. So we went from Get Out to Take Your Places. And all the songs are tied together with themes of galactic adventure, humanity, 60s, all the things, future, I call it future, vintage future, which means future, but based on, centuries of understanding or maybe understanding, or at least whatever rambles through my head, I guess my understanding. And
Cool.
that's that.
Cool. 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 Wow. Oh, what do you?
Thank you for asking me all these questions because I'll probably never get asked these questions again.
Wow.
Thank you.
But what's your feelings like when you pass away? What's your feeling? Do you think you go somewhere or just
Yeah,
dust?
well, okay. There's one belief that there's only one electron in the universe, so everything's tied to something else. Like I said, with quantum mechanics, quantum theory, time travel, all that. I mean, that's becoming closer to real. Okay,
Right.
so it's not like it's some. So yeah, I think it's all connected. I honestly feel okay. I'll give it to you. So when I grew up, I had very close friends pass away
Uh-huh.
at a way too young of an age, including my brother. And so there was a lot of that going on in my whole life. And so part of what I did was when I went down this rock and roll world was I decided I'm going to be here and I'm going to do everything I can for the people that I know who aren't here.
Right.
And that's like an homage to them. And I thought, okay, it's not going to be easy, and but I'm just said that's what I'm going to do, and I did it, and I've kind of been helped along the way by I don't know magical forces, or I don't know, say what you want to say. When you keep going, and everyone else, some people don't, and I come
Right.
from a very small town of just I think 300 people originally. So when you're continuing it's not it's not just you because
Right.
you're not just doing it alone. Like who are you to say you have any power or anything over that? So when I just finished, when I should say started when I Constellation, my mother passed away, so it was a huge event for me. Because she's always been the one saying, "Hey, man, you're going to be fine. You're doing great." They always say, "I'm proud of you," right? Things like that. That like no one would ever say. Well, what? And you're thinking, "Oh, man, yeah, yeah, someone's proud of me. Okay, you better keep going." And then that happened, and then it was, the world opened up in a big way right after that for me. So yeah, I'm going to answer your question saying, yeah, I think that there is. I think people are energy, and I think that that's really how could we not be energy? We know that we're energy. By the way, the theory that, like in the Matrix, that we can power other beings is not true. We don't make enough energy
Uh-huh.
to be used as a battery cell. Just if anyone out there thinks that was true, that's not true. That's the one part that's not true of all that. We are energy, but we're not enough energy to make. It costs too much to run us
Right.
for us to be a profitable battery. So let's not worry about that happening. But the rest is energy is what drives us. We all have frequencies, and as we're looking more into that, people. I mean, not that I'm not looking into that.
Right.
I'm just drawn to it.
Right.
And it comes
Yeah.
to me. when I make a record, I will write all the music and then just wait for the words to come out of the air. So they come to me, and I mean, of course, I focus myself on, okay, let's focus somewhere, like I said, 60s, outer galaxy, or people you've known, you think about them, and then really things will come to you, and a lot more things will come to you than you'll even use.
Right.
So you're gonna have to figure out, okay, now I got 50 songs here now, what's this really going to be about? So the answer is yes. I believe, I don't know where it's going. I don't know if it's all in a black hole out there somewhere that we used to be afraid of and now we're not so afraid of. I don't know. I'm not the one who has any answers about what the truth is,
Right.
but I can have the answer of keep looking and have a good time. Rock and roll is great. It can have a great time. You can look for fun things, and there's really amazing musicians out there, even more and more every year. I think that it seems to me people do get uh, confused and bogged down by looking at too many things instead of just following whatever their heart says. One time I met BB King. In fact, all the songs I've written are on a guitar that was autographed by him, and he wrote on it, "Stay with it, Kelly." And so one more thing I did. So he would say, everyone that's out there playing every note they have and rock and rolling and trying to be a superstar. And he said, always hold something back, hold it back, hold something back. If you could learn to hold something back and, drag it out and tell a story. And in other words, don't be over influenced by everything going on.
Right.
Find whatever is going on with you. And it might be interesting enough to where someone's like, yeah, maybe I'll listen to this guy, this Kelly Deko guy. I don't know who the heck he is, but he seems like a nut, but he might be interesting. So let's go check it out. And I think if you're lucky enough to get down that road, I worked on the Frank Sinatra story years ago, and the same thing. He said he kept looking for a way to really be himself and what his real voice was, and whatever it was. I know he copied instruments and stuff. But anyways, there's my answer. I hope I did okay
Cool.
on
Cool. What song are you most proud of that you wrote that will live on forever?
it. That's a tough one. That's really a tough one. Yeah. Hmm. I think the song Venus.
Uh,
Yeah. For me, um, yeah, I don't know. It's not the superpower song, or whatever, and but it tells kind of what's in my heart, and
right.
we live in a interesting world of things. Like imagine things spinning around in the air, like you're in the up in the cyclone and Wizard of Oz, and things are flying by you, and this and that, and you're just looking for something to hold on to, and if you reach out, that song for me kind of reaches out. So
Do you feel Trump will make America great again?
I have no idea what's going to happen with any president, because whenever it looks to me, again, when I wrote the song, "Where's the Shout Begin," or this and that, it looks like every time we go down this road, no one gets what they want. Everyone gets something. It changes,
Right.
but what really happens is, I really don't know, and I think for people to believe that they know, I mean, they're proved wrong every time. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know one thing, I'm not ever on the side of harm or, or name calling and meanness. I mean, love is really is the answer. And if we could, and it sounds stupid and corny, but if you could learn to love people and not to hate them for whatever reason, and realize everyone has their own trouble, everyone's going through the same, something similar to that you might be going through. That's really the way. I mean, that's how people are. That's why we have wine and things like that, or rock and roll, things to have a good time with. But yeah, but all this, it's hard to say, and you would say logically one way or the other, but who knows where your logic is? And maybe logic isn't really the basis of how things work.
Right.
I mean, what is no reality or NO reality? I don't know which one it is.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. So what are your hopes for this album?
I just hope people like you want to hear it and want to talk about it.
Uh-huh.
I think that it's interesting. It's honest. They're both of these records with Deco are very honest records. They're me. They're Kelly Deco. You want to get to know me? get to know the songs, or get to listen to the records, or buy the records, buy them all and just play them, and or use them for frisbees, whatever. Play them first and then use them for frisbees after that. One time I met the rock and roll band years ago called Three Dog Night, and I had a record, and I think I was throwing it at their car as they drove by, and they stopped. We talked, and I got to know them. So yeah, frisbees work. Yeah, yeah. Uh, no Kelly Deco. You want to know me? By Constellation, by Venus. Play it, and you'll see. It's you know, I'm not going to change the way people play guitar or the way people sing or whatever, but it's going to tell you something, and it's going to give you a little bit of a story and a good time, and hopefully you'll walk away thinking that was all right. I feel like I wasted my time on that.
Cool.
And then come see me live too, because I'm a rocker. I can rock. That's one thing why I'm glad I'm with Deco, with good people, good rock and roll bands.
Cool. Well, Kelly, thanks a
Yeah.
lot for the chat. And
Yeah.
would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
Hey man, I'm Kelly Deco. I want to meet you. Buy my record, or come, or if you want to direct message me, I'll send you free T-shirts and or whatever. We don't have any T-shirts here to show. Yeah, I thought I had a pile of them. They're great. They've got like a spaceship on it and all that. And yeah, it's Kelly Deco is my name. Check it out. Get back to me. And also, I want to thank everybody at Chipster PR, Johannes, Johannes, the artwork for the records. Also, all the producers I work with, all the musicians, and Charlie, and all the people at Deko Entertainment.
Cool. Thanks a lot, man. I talk to you
Yeah,
later.
thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Cheers. All
Bye-bye.
right. Thank you. Bye-bye.